happy to be able to sell a magical item to someone that he gave it to you for free.
Oh, sweet.
So, nice natural 20. Now, you can roll Arcana for me to see if you recognize anything else in his bag. Uh, Unfortunately, through the course of the months talking with these bookers, each one takes quite a while to get through all of their wares. You're unable to identify any other magical components within the bookers.
Okay, so I got the scroll, right?
Hmm. And you got the ink in the paper.
And the ink in the paper. So I know in the skill it takes me 2 hours to learn it.
You can do that for sure. You
So
have days of time.
okay, so I just have it.
Hmm. So
Okay,
you now have the spell identify.
sweet. Then
Okay.
I need a pearl for that, right?
Hmm. Would you and you'd like to ask for a pearl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it
So you needed how much worth of ink and paper?
I think it was 50 gold.
50 gold worth of ink and paper, and then a pearl worth at least 100. So they gave you the spell scroll for free, but the rest of it will cost you 150 gold.
All right, I think I have 35 gold.
Just
So
take it out of the party sheet.
15.
Yeah, so you know where the party sheet is?
Yeah. So I need 115.
150.
Oh. Okay, well, because I had 35 on me, so I'll say 115.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't totally. So
Don't leave yourself with nothing. Just take the 150 from the party sheet so you still have some gold on you.
I have a lot of gold if you want need a loan.
Yeah,
We're fine, so.
there's over 2,000 gold in the party sheet.
I have no gold.
That's because your gold's kept in the bank.
Yes.
Yeah, I see.
it says 1224 gold pieces, right?
And then
Oh, and
then 10 platinum as
platinum.
well. Oh wait, no, you have 1,300 gold, and so still you have a lot of gold though.
Okay, so
Okay, so can you edit that, or do I need to do that?
I'm going to go ahead and say I found and bought some arrows.
Okay. How many arrows did you buy?
How much are they again, Chase? I don't have my books in front of me.
I think they're like 10, like a gold piece for 20 or something like that.
Yeah, then I'll buy like 40 of them.
Okay. You have 40 arrows?
yeah, and I can't edit the party sheet, so it should be at 1,074 gold.
Okay. 1,074.
Yep, 20 arrows or 1 gold.
Alrighty. So, Suna, you said you were wanting to train with Liang Chen. Was there anything in particular that you wanted to train with, or like anything that you wanted to ask him for, or any kind of skill, or something, anything like that? Can you think of that?
Maybe to. I mean, I know that Liang Chen isn't a beast shape master like I am. He just knew that I had an affinity for that. So I guess I'll focus more on spell casting. Plus, he already gave me a couple new shapes. So um, I guess just with spell casting, anything that maybe would be a little bit unfamiliar to me. So stay away from water spells. Obviously, I pretty much have a good handle on those. So something that I would actually like need work on, like maybe fire spells.
Okay. Well, so since you're a druid, you have access to your entire collection.
Right.
So let me see something real quick. I want to look at Liang Shen's Druidic Circle and see what special spells he gets. Maybe he can teach you something that's unique to his circle.
Okay, that'd be cool.
So Liang Chen is a circle of the Shepherd Druid. And he specializes in spirits and ushering spirits, like you know. Um, here. Bear, hawk, or unicorn?
Wait, ow, ow, what?
Bear, hawk, or unicorn?
I'm corn.
Unicorn? Okay. So, Liang Chen taught you a basic spirit totem. He taught you the unicorn
Cool.
spirit totem. So, once per day, you can use a bonus action to summon a spiritual totem in an area. What the spirit of the unicorn totem does is the unicorn spirit lends its protections to those nearby. You and your allies gain advantage on all ability checks made to detect creatures in the spirit's aura. In addition, if you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points, any creature inside or outside the aura, or to any creature inside or outside the aura, each creature of your choice in the aura also regains hit points equal to your druid level. So if you're standing in the unicorn spirit and you cast a healing word or a healing spirit on somebody, everyone else that's also within the unicorn spirit, which is a 30-foot radius, will receive healing equal to your druid level. So they'll receive 6 points of healing.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So I will add that to your character sheet now.
Cool.
So took a couple months of training with Liang Chen, but he did teach you something unique to his druidic circle, and that was the spirit totem ability. So spirit totem, unicorn. Okay, Boppo and Arathorn, start thinking of stuff you'd like to do over the course of the next 2 to 3 months on the turtle.
Arathorn's going to be honing his archery skills,
Oh, okay.
getting ready for his hunt.
Right, all right. Let me add this to Jenny's sheet real quick, and I'll get with you on that.
And then while he's doing all that, I'm gonna walk up to him and be like, "I bought this quiver and arrows, so if you ever run out, just grab them."
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Like an extra quiver for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I was like, thinking like maybe I could have my owl grab him and take him to you since I'm not using my short bow anymore.
Yeah, that would be kind of handy actually, because we tend to go longer.
You kind of cut out for me.
So we tend to go long duration without finding a shop.
Oh yeah, because I was thinking, like, because you ran out, and then I was just constantly handing you to you. And I was like, why don't I just get a quiver so that way he can just reach in to grab him whenever he wants.
Yes. You guys have been on quite the trek. I feel like it's time to reset. That's why I'm doing this mostly. Let's see here. Okay, so I've got that added to your sheet now, Suna. So you can read the full effects. It's basically the Circle of Spirit or Circle of the Shepherd second level ability. But I've removed the condition that it can be refreshed on a short rest, so it's only once per day for you. And you've only gained access to the Unicorn Spirit and not the other two.
Okay, still pretty cool.
So there's that. So Airthorn. Oh, also Suna. We'll say that you on the turtle. You convinced the turtle to go back and speak with the village. But they were resistant to leave. They didn't want to leave their home, even though it was treacherous. It's the only thing that they knew for most of their life. So I would like for you to make 3 persuasion checks to simulate a conversation here on because I assume that you would want to try to convince them to come with you.
I
Is
would,
that
but I was
okay?
hoping to have some help from one of my party members because I know I'm not a super great talker.
Okay.
So I was trying to rope, honestly, Tiberius into helping me because, Arathorn and Boppo are Arathorn and Boppo. So
What
I
is
don't
that
know if that's
supposed to mean?
possible.
So all right. Tiberius, would you like to help here?
Yeah, I'll help.
Okay. So, but even though, so still though, Suna, this was your one of your actions here. This is something you wanted to do.
Okay.
So I'll say with Tiberius's help, you can roll these all with advantage.
Boy. Let's see. First rolls. Oops. First rolls of the game. I'm not sure if I have manual rolls turned on. I do. All right. So you said 3 of them?
3 of them. So each one with advantage.
Persuasion, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, that one's not good. Hey!
All right. So skill challenge was a success. You needed to beat a DC 15 2 times, and you did. So with that, the village of about 20 or so people agreed to come on the turtle and ride back to what you've explained as a much safer civilization and place to live. Many seem eager and many seem terrified. And
Hey, Boppo, these people need Baz more than you do.
I'm not in the
I'll
mood
just,
right
like-
now.
I'll just press them as they come on.
all right. So, Arathorn, you were wanting to hone your bow skills over the course of a couple months.
Correct.
Uh, How would you like to do that? So you would you just how are you training?
I set up some really small targets on a tree,
Okay,
and I'm just kind of popping them off the tree for hours on end.
hours on end. Um, right. I will say, what can I do?
Just so you know, it makes me really happy that we got those people off that island.
Yeah, I didn't want to leave that hanging because I knew that was important for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's see here. Airthorn, since you're making this challenging for yourself, I'm gonna say that these shots will be at disadvantage.
Okay.
Because you're obviously you're not just gonna train normally. Like you're gonna shoot normally for like the first hour or so each day, but then you're gonna start challenging yourself to go further or shoot from angles that you're not used to, that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be more difficult. You're putting yourself at that disadvantage to get better. So similar to Suna's challenge, sharpshooter trait at disadvantage.
All right.
Oh, it's a 20 drop too.
Yep. So that's probably gonna be
Yeah. It's
okay.
9.
All right. So would have been a 11. It might be really difficult considering the level of your charisma, but I have an idea. Boppo or Arathorn, was there anything else you wanted to do in these few months, or is that what you're focusing in on? Sounds like you stepped away. Boppo, what is Boppo doing for the next 2 to 3 months on the turtle's back?
Can I do more than one thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Depending on like what you're hoping they affect. Like if it's a bunch of
Annoying. But essentially, I'd like to work on the strength. Boppo is weak. Boppo is not. Well, I wouldn't say weak, but knowing how Boppo fights, I would like to improve upon my strength so I can match other individuals that are of the same nature as I am that I've encountered in my life.
okay. So with that, how would you like to try to increase your strength? There's a few different options that you have around you. I'd like to hear what you have in mind first.
Well, I've seen the prowess of other barbarians I've encountered that could literally move things by just sheer will, essentially. Not by will of their mind, but by just putting their strength into it and moving objects that seem to be incapable of movement. And so
Okay.
I'm going to attempt that by essentially moving things on the island that should not be moved. Just use just brute strength, try to improve upon myself.
Okay. So, um, I'll say we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a skill challenge for you as well.
All right.
Um, there'll be different scenarios here. The first day, you want to try to improve your strength. You find a giant boulder that's just kind of stuck into the dragon turtle's back, and it seems like it's like buried into the dirt here. And you decide you want to try to move it. So with that, um, let's see. Make an athletics check at disadvantage for me. And you can use any of your abilities you would like to alter this. Like anything on your
So
character that can alter this.
I would like, if possible, and this would fit in with my other second thing I want to do. I would say by fluff, if it's up to you. By fluff, I would try it first and probably fail. Then I want to go into a rage and try it.
So you try it first and fail, and then you try it with a rage, and make your roll.
And
So
the
it's at disadvantage, but rage would put it at
Yes.
advantage, so it's normal skill check.
But the other thing is, I'm gonna attempt this, but I'm also gonna be focused on Bungo and Granina.
Okay.
All right, so let me rage myself real quick. So it's be a base roll. Was athletics?
Athletics, yes. So it would be a strength check if you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one, you push, but ultimately you're not able to move this damn rock.
It's too big.
Would you like to try again the next week or the next month?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep at it. I'm gonna try to move it again. Come on, you annoying rock. Come on, you annoying rock. Wait. It's just not my time.
So, seeing that you're trying to move this rock, the last month that you're on the turtle, you're getting close. You just got past Everin, and the turtles on the back of the dragon turtle, on the back of the dragon turtle, decided that they needed help raising and lowering the skiffs out that they've been using to drag across the ocean floor to catch things, and they needed someone's help to pull that up. So leaving this rock, you attempt to take the lead on raising one of these skiffs, one of these basically fishing skiffs, out of the water. This will impose no disadvantage because it's not something that you're actively working against yourself on, like the rock situation. So you can roll there.
Can I still rage this?
If you'd like to.
Yes, please. All right. Good grief! It's not my day or my months.
So what I'll say,
Or even your year.
Apparently.
what I'll say is, since you didn't beat the DC 15 check, to just get an automatic increase, but you did get to over the mid check, which was 10. So you still get 1 point into your strength.
Ooh, awesome.
So just to kind of explain this further for everybody, what I'm formulating in my mind right now is on that skill check, if you rolled 1 above 15, that was an automatic increase. If you roll 2 above 10, then that's an increase as well. So on all 3 of them, if you rolled 2 above 15, that would be 2 points. If you rolled 1 above 15 and 2 above 10, the other 2 above 10, then that would be an increase as well. Or that would be a 2-point increase as well. So here you've got a 1-point increase because you rolled 2 above 10.
I'll take it.
That's
Okay.
And Chase, you asked what else I was doing. I would probably repair it.
Repairing what? I'm sorry.
Repairing my leather armor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that way, so I can be ready to go.
Awesome. So, remind me again, what broke it?
Nothing, but it's probably taking damage from. It's more a fluff thing
Okay.
because there's not much else I could.
I think the Las Vegas internet is just going wonky right now.
Sounds
I
like
can't do it. What I'm saying is I can't do any tracking on the back of a turtle.
Right. Okay. So with that, you easily repair your armor. Maybe you find a way to decorate it in whatever fashion you'd like. With all the things here with the bookers or different foliage around the shrine that you found or anything like that. And yeah, And then I'd assume you'd spend some time meditating.
Yeah, I would meditate to get closer to the spiritual mentality I was in that first night.
Sounds good. And Tiberius, you said you wanted to increase a stat as well.
Yeah, I was thinking my charisma, obviously.
Okay. So with that, I'll say, so the only reason that this has different conditions on it is because your charisma is already so high.
Yeah.
I'll say because like before everyone else was working to kind of get up to that point, but now you're trying to move past this point, right? I'll say we can do a skill check here, or a skill check challenge, just like we did before. But to increase it, you'll have to get above 15. You won't get like the 10 option. You'll only get the above 15 option. If that makes sense.
That sounds good.
Okay.
I was thinking I would like go up to a booker and then be like, "Tell me your secrets of barter."
That's what I was thinking too. So you're gonna try to gain the secrets of bartering here. I was thinking like, there's no better way to talking with bookers for a month straight.
Yeah.
So all right, let's give me skill checks at disadvantage, because it is infuriatingly frustrating to have these conversations all day with a booker.
Oh yeah.
With how slow that they talk.
So which one do you want me to roll?
Let's see here. We can do. So I'm looking for skills linked to. You're trying to persuade them, kind of, right?
Yeah, persuasion or deception is one I think sufficient deception. If you want to make it harder, to go persuasion.
Well, you're not trying to lie to them or anything. You're just trying to
Yeah.
have get that conversation with them. So let's do persuasion. Yeah.
Persuade them
disadvantage.
to tell you their secrets.
Yes.
It's going to take a
That's
while.
not good.
Oh.
Okay, that's the first try.
Oh, that's even worse.
And the last one.
Dice jail.
Seems like my rules.
Yeah, it was
Unfortunately not. It's you can hardly make it through the conversation. Like, you start off each of these conversations looking for different items that you searched for in the first month, or like in the first checks that we did. And you found everything you needed, and eventually you were able to get that first item. But you tried to continue those conversations, and they just never pick up.
I fall asleep in the middle of every conversation.
All right.
Chase,
Yes.
I am in desperate need of a whiz boost, and I
Okay.
didn't know that was an option. Is that something that I can also do?
Yes. So we'll say, because everyone's kind of got a minor and a major. We can say the first one was a minor, and now
Speaking of whiz
it's a major.
boosts.
All right, Mr. Dex Boost. Let's see here. With that, you're training with Liam.
Yes.
Ooh, let's see here. Let's see. Ling Chen wants you to work on reading people overall, reading demeanors,
Okay.
and just kind of understanding when to take action and when to maybe hold back. Knowing that you just dealt with the Suhu again, he knows that this is probably first on your mind right now. Of
It
like,
is.
your tendencies to rush in at specifically that situation. So he's trying to kind of hold that present and kind of work on that mentally there, right? So he wants you to make 3 insight rolls at disadvantage.
Okay. Insight at disadvantage. Oh, shit.
Okay, that's the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, these low rolls. Good grief.
It's the disadvantage, man. I mean, these are stat boosts.
Oh,
That's
I
not...
dropped a natural 20 on that one. Ugh.
I've got a feeling I'm in trouble tomorrow.
I mean, it could be worse.
It might be.
The highest I dropped was a 12.
Dang it.
Okay, well, you still have 1 success there.
Yeah, let me drop. I'm putting a dice in the dice jail. Give me a moment. All right, so
I'm gonna have to put my whole computer in a dice shell here in a second.
advantage. Sight. Oh, it's not bad. I might have done it. I don't know what my bonus is in insight. What is it? It's 12? I think I'm okay.
All right. Suna has made the first successful 2-point increase to wisdom.
2 points?
Mm-hmm. You got
Oh
2
my
that were
God.
above the DC 15 mark.
Oh my gosh. So my wisdom's 18? Oh, that's so... Chase, you're the best.
So yeah, still following that same system I laid out there. So this was 2 rolls that were above 15. So that hit that. Let's see here. And Boppo, you did your strength, but I think you said you wanted to do something else as well, something minor.
Yes. So one of the reasons why I would be doing the rage is not actually necessarily to have a better roll, although it does help out obviously mechanically, but is I'm paying more attention to Bungo and Granada that's out. And the main reason why is because being on this island, or this giant dragon turtle for that matter, and seeing the homes of the turtles, probably for the first time since I have nothing to worry about, nothing to have to watch or guard against, or just be out in the wilderness and be not scared, but always alert. So I'm relaxed here. And seeing all this, I'm probably now going to start wondering where I came from. And
All right.
knowing that the dragon turtles, that the turtles here do travel around, the bookers go around the world. I'm gonna start on the time where I'm not helping out or working or trying to make myself stronger. I'm gonna be talking to the bookers as politely as I can, being Boppo, and just trying to see if they have come across halfling villages.
Okay. So, yeah, definitely. Let's see here. And so you're talking with them. This takes a lot of patience
Yes.
for you.
More me wanting to bash my head against the wall, but I will refrain from that because of my little teacher.
So that's where I'm going to invoke disadvantage, is because you want to learn this, but you don't want to have this conversation, right?
Yeah.
So with that, I'm gonna have you make. Was there a skill that you had in mind? I think I have one.
I didn't think this actually be a skill check, but if we are going to do a skill check, I would say it can't be history because my history is not going to be based on that because it's as a kid. Since I'm
Right.
talking to the bookers, I would honestly want to say it would be a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Let's do that then. Let's make a wisdom saving throw. And since it's a saving throw, I no disadvantage. But it's going to be a single check.
I'm going to get my dice after this. Son of a bitch.
Okay. All right. So You hear one of the bookers, uh, one of the older bookers, that said she traveled all around the east of the continent, and there were halflings in a few different places that she knew of, but she couldn't really nail down exactly the group you were talking about. But she will say, here, I'm going to share the world map for you.
So I've actually been looking at it, and so I don't know, because I know you probably don't want to do some in the middle of the game, Chase. I understand,
Mhm,
but I do know that they got to be far away from where I'm put at, and so I actually threw an
mhm.
X on the map. You'll see now they've put an east. We can definitely throw east, but you'll see the X way up north. A little token I threw in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was thinking around there, but if you want to throw east, we can definitely go east. I don't
No,
know
I
because I don't know
actually
what's
don't.
around. So
Right, so I actually don't want to throw it east.
okay,
I do want to throw it a little further south, though, around this area
okay.
here. Around this area here. Um,
Are we gonna run into Captain Vixen?
maybe. Actually, you're right. It's gonna be closer to this. Uh, that's a little too close to the pirate cove there. Boppo wasn't.
Maybe my family's a bunch of pirates. Maybe I come from a pirate friggin' background.
So, she tells you about. This is what she tells you about. Um, she tells you about a savanna region that was starting to transition more into like a forested area. It was like the in between. If you kept going south, you'd run into the savannas where the Luxodon clans were the royalty of the area, and there were um, Leonid tribes, barbarian in nature, that would roam and kind of terrorize things. Um, and she kind of described this area where it was these rolling savanna hills with patches of forest all around. It started to transition into a bigger forest going north. Um, in the shadow of the central mountain of the region that she couldn't recall the name of, um, there was a halfling civilization there. Um, she also recalled a halfling civilization up here. This one was more stone-like in nature. It was kind of on like these salt flats that led up to the ocean in the north. Colder, much colder, um, and but with still some barren trees. But she said there was a beautiful time of year for about 2 or 3 months in the middle of the summer that was warm and pleasant. Uh, and the last one, and she also said that she met tons of halflings here, but you didn't remind her of the type of halfling that was there. They were more uh,
Pirate like.
pirate-like. Yeah, they were greedier in nature, less less familial. So those were the three that she told you about. These three areas here.
All right, that means I got a goal in mind now.
Hmm.
I will thank her for her time.
Okay. Let's see here. So with that, Arathorn, you did the bow training and the fixing your armor. Uh, let's do this, Arathorn. Since you just got the stat boost and then a minor upgrade to your, and then you did the stat boost challenge and then a kind of a challenge or a action that doesn't gain you a benefit. Let's say that through your meditations to try to understand this shrine, make a nature check for me.
All right. There you go. 17.
Alrighty. So total 20 here. With that, you understand, and through talking with Ling Shen as well about this, you understand that this shrine, it has a very strong connection to Elis. And now, I'm not sure if I've explained exactly what Elis is or not.
Is she the god that died?
No. Sylvain is the god that died. Elis, spelled like this, is the realm that Sylvain created to act as the afterlife. So
you did kind of explain that.
okay. So
It's functionally kind of like the Feywild, right?
No, the Feywild is what was left behind.
Okay.
So Elis, I drew this pretty much directly from the term Elysian Plains. Are you familiar with that from Greek mythology?
Yes, I am.
So
I have a degree in Roman history. I'd hope I'm familiar.
yes. So yeah, this is basically Sylvain's whole goal in like whenever he was alive and well, before Yorgant, before his conflict with Lom and Yorgant. His whole goal was to create this realm of perfectly balanced nature. And he was calling it the Feywild, or he was calling it the Fey. In the middle of that process is when the Yorgant crisis, I guess is a good way to put it, came about. After Zygon was created as the Storm, Lom created Yorgant to kind of deal with all these pesky humanoids that started popping up because of Yura and Ikera. She wanted to take away these souls that started to inhabit the world on Veln, because that was counter to her goal of flooding the world again. Yorgant was created and took the moniker Soul Devourer as a weapon to be used against the living peoples of the world. Sylvain, seeing that as an imbalance to nature, took it upon himself to try to just end Yorgant. He took it upon himself to try to destroy him and kill him, but failed in the process. Eventually, it took, let's see, who did it take? I forgot one of my gods' names. Mena. It took Mena and the creation of the lesser god Stalt to finally dispatch Yorgant. But in the process, Sylvain was killed and kind of removed from the mortal plane here, from this prime materia, leaving behind his project of the Fae. Incomplete, wild, and erratic. what you would typically know as the traditional, like, Forgotten Realms Feywild. Just completely out of control and random, right? And it's that way because it was incomplete. But in his death, he created a new plane of existence called Elise. Or
Okay.
Elis. And Elis, and I actually spelled it wrong. I want it to be spelled like this. Elis is Sylvain's idea of the perfect balance of nature. It's a plane locked away in a location not known to your typical plane shifters of the world. A wizard that has the ability to move between planes will not be able to move to Elis because he doesn't. There's no material tie to it. Just in the same way that there is to like the elemental planes, like the fire and the water planes, that kind of thing. So yeah, the only people that know how to kind of get in contact with Elis are the kind of the spirit shepherds of the world. The people that have the most direct connection to them are followers of Yura, which is the goddess of peaceful death, as they transition souls from this plane to that. So through your talk with Liang Shen, one of these spirit shepherds in the world, you're able to piece this all together.
Okay.
And gain +1 bonus to your nature checks.
Sweet.
So you beat the 20 mark, so you got a bonus. Let me see if I can add that as a permanent bonus for you.
It won't stay.
Let's see. Wait, can I just add it here? Yeah, there you go.
Alrighty.
Oh, but it won't. It doesn't actually add it, though. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, there we go. Did that do it for you? Roll it again one more time. There it is. All right.
There we.
So you got a bit of history there, and a minor boosts because you rolled so well.
I see.
Let me check here. And I believe Tiberius wanted to do one more thing, not increase wise, but RP wise.
Yeah.
Tiberius?
So what I would like to do is I'd like to gather everyone up to around like a little fire or something around, maybe when it's getting close to dark, and just off to the side where there's nobody really around except for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
And then when everybody's there, I'm just gonna go, I've spent a couple months with you all, and I find that I can truly trust you, and that I feel that our path lead in the same direction. And now that I truly trust you, I believe that you should be able to truly trust me, and I have been hiding something from you. And as I say that, I'm going to reach up to my face with my gauntlet, and on the back of my gauntlet you'll see the sign of Stalt start to shine, and I'm going to pull off my face. And as I pull it off, it turns into a mask. And I drop my form from my old man form into the form of my true self, which is you see an Asimar with short silver hair that has a metal shine to it. I have like a tan skin that has a faint silvery shine. And you see a scar that runs down the left side of my face over my eye. And in place of where my eye should be, you just see an ethereal glowing blue. And then my right eye is golden. And then you see a incorporeal golden halo above my head. And my walking stick turns from a walking stick into a steel rod with celestial writing on it. I don't know if any of you guys know celestial, but it has celestial writing on it.
I do have that image that you shared with me at the beginning. Share that.
It should be in our private messages.
I have it. Yeah. I'll share. Yeah. Just to make sure. Here's the picture of your old man form, and then the one right below. Is that still the one you want shared?
Yeah.
Okay. Bam. Less armored, of course.
Yeah.
Dope.
A sword is a rod instead of a sword.
Yeah, but so I'm wearing like studded armor, and it's got like the symbol of Stalt on it. And then, yeah, I'm gonna say this is my true form. I just thought I'd let you know that I wear this mask to hide my identity from the people I'm searching for. But I've come to trust you guys and feel that I can be truthful with you as we move forward, so that way we could keep nothing back from each other.
I apologize.
Oh, you cut out on my side.
I apologize for shooting you in the ass with an.
It's totally okay.
I get visibly angry as Boppo, and I'm just gonna go, this is why I hate magic. And I'm just gonna walk away.
I think one of us ought to go talk to him.
I'll do it. I'll head off after Boppo.
So you catch up to him, no problem.
Yeah, I'm not like running away. I'm just kind of walking away. And I'm
Yeah.
pissed off though.
Boppo, what's the matter?
Magic. Magic bring me here. He hide. I try to show him respect because he's an old man. Not old man.
Boppo, were you listening when he was talking?
I don't care.
He had a reason, and it was a pretty good reason, and he's sharing it with us. He didn't have to.
Could have shared sooner.
Yeah, right. Coming from the one who didn't... You always make people wait to be trusted. You never trust someone right away. Ever. Think of Nin. You called her "Hey Lady" for like a month. You refused to even use her name.
Guess she
It's
was
okay.
blind.
It's okay to be wary of people until you learn a little bit about them. Besides, I think that, Tiberius has helped us out a lot. He saved my life. I almost died
I know.
back there.
I know.
Okay, well, I think that, give him a chance.
How come you always have to be right? Make me feel less angry, less bad. I want to be angry. Get me angry now. Damn it!
And I just pat him on the shoulder.
And now buck back.
Okay.
All right, Wingy. Who are you looking for?
Now, Boppo, that was rude.
I think he deserves it.
Well, Boppo, I'm looking for the man that killed my parents. And for me to be able to find him without him knowing me and seeing me coming, I changed my appearance.
Parents have wings?
No. Well, I don't. Okay, so out of character. My guy doesn't really. The picture doesn't really help. It doesn't. I don't have wings.
Oh, okay.
They just pop out when I use my ability. And
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Which Asmar are you again?
Protector.
Nice.
Suna makes sense. So, I'll stop being angry at you.
But yeah, I'm trying to track him down while on my adventures and helping bring order along the way.
Buddy, I think you're traveling with the wrong group if you want to bring about order.
Well, within the chaos, I'll try to be the order.
Arathorn, when you start having this conversation about order with Tiberius, make a religion check for me.
I want to say one last thing to Tiberius, then I'll essentially be done with my little conversation.
Okay.
You help save Suna. Suna best for Boppo. Boppo help you kill people that kill your parents.
Thank you, Boppo. I'll make sure that I too help you in anything you need. I appreciate you.
All right. When he says order, and you look at the mask that he was wearing, you see the symbol. You recognize the symbol of Stalt, which was one of the gods created to defeat Jorgant and bring order back after Sylvain died. Just something to know.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, with that, 3 months of travel on the turtle.
Oh, and I would definitely put the mask back on and go back into Old Man Tiberius, not to freak out any of the turtles.
Okay. So you see him lift up this kind of blank white kind of not alabaster, not marble, but just porcelain. Just like a white porcelain mask. I don't know if that's how you told me to describe it, but that's what I'm envisioning here.
That'll work. The only thing out is like from the movie Mask.
Oh yeah. And as he kind of connects it to his face, his vision goes blank on the porcelain, and then after a few seconds, it juts back into Tiberius, the form that you're familiar with. Alrighty. So, with that, 3 months have passed since your run-in with the Sahuagin at Kraken's Reach. Although it wasn't mentioned, you did tell Melron that you were on your way back with the whale. It was just going to be a while, so that there's no concern or anything whenever it's too long. With that, let's take like a 5-minute break or so and get some things set up for this next part, and jump back into it.
Alrighty.
Let my dog out. I'll be back.
Okay, I'm back. I don't see the ready check.
I think Jace has it.
Little circles.
Okay, I got it.
Alrighty. So about a week before the everyone here. I see the ready check, but is everyone here?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Present.
Hurstback?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear you now. Okay. Alrighty. So once you guys get about a week out from the River King's domain, the turtles let you know how close you are. And so you contact Melron and let him know that you're getting close. And he says that he will have a ship waiting for you, so that your mode of transportation does not have to come in King's domain. So you see, you're probably a day from the actual city itself, and out in the ocean, you see ahead of you 3 ships, each of individually unique design. One is very elegantly carved wood, seamless in design. The wood itself doesn't seem, it seems to all be one piece from this distance at least. It doesn't seem to be constructed in any way. It seems more carved out of a tree that's big enough to be a full-size sailing ship. You see another one that's kind of like a scrapped together makeshift galley that just kind of seems out of place next to the other two. And then the third one is a very familiar kind of galleon-style ship that you've noticed leaving and exiting the River King's domain when you were there. Just your typical trading galley, or trading galleon that would come from one of the notches of River King's domain. Those of you who have been here recognize these 3 designs to be unique designs to kind of represent each of those 3 notches of the River King's domain: the elven notch, the human notch, and the halfling notch. You see from as you start to get close, from the human not or from the human ship, human design ship, a small little dinghy vessel breaks off from it and starts to approach the dragon turtle. So, any last preparation? Oh, actually, scratch that. Before you get here, Liang Chen comes to you, Suna, and you, Boppo, and says, "It's been wonderful to have these 3 months with you. But as you know, I have a spirit that needs to rest. So I'm off towards Dankirk." And he just kind of looks at both of you.
What will you do after that?
I'll probably stay there for a little while at least, until I get called again. So, yeah, Yora's work never rests, and neither can I, it seems. But this soul that we came across near Kraken's Reach needs to return home, and I plan to take him to the ephemera there at the peaks next to Dankik. They have their own spiritual way of resting, separate from Yora herself.
Well, tell him we're sorry for leaving him to die.
From the nature of this soul, I feel no grudge toward you. There seems he would have stayed behind even if he knew there was a chance to leave. He was searching for something very dear to him that was worth risking his life for. And so, with that, he says, I'm going to try something that I've never done before, but I'm going to try it for the first time now. And he walks up to a tree here on the back of the turtle, and he says, you remember that tree we used to sit under and talk and train?
Suna nods.
If this goes right, that's where I'm headed. And you see him just kind of concentrate for a little while. Place a hand on the tree, and it splits open. And he walks through. He turns around and just kind of smiles as he looks back to you, and the tree seals itself shut.
Did we get to see, like, if we're looking at the tree, could we see Dankik on the other side for a second?
Yeah, you saw the familiar woods. You saw the grove that tree overlooked where you used to train. And the giant rock that Liang Chen used to sit on. And smoke his pipe while you and Boppo would train.
I just look at Boppo, and it's interesting to feel like home was so close, yet I know it's really so far away.
What are you talking about? I can't see anything. Stupid water. I just rubbed my eyes.
See splash. Got in your eyes, yeah.
It's raining.
As you see Boppo wiping the tears from his eyes.
How long do you think until we see him again?
I don't know. I was surprised to see him this time.
I don't like this. Don't feel good. Yeah, and I'll just kind of walk away. Don't like being sad. Boppo doesn't like sad. Sadness does not like Boppo.
Right. So Liang Chen makes his leave. Then about a couple days later, you come across the scene with the ships. And the dinghy from the human ship is approaching. What would you all like to do?
Well,
This
I'm
whole time,
excited. Oops, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, this whole time the whale has traveled in the wake and safety of the dragon turtle. And you see, once in familiar waters for the first time, he breaks off and heads in the direction of the ships. And, yep, what were you going to say, Boppo?
Can't remember. It wasn't that important. It was just some latest thing.
Alrighty.
So we're still... Where are we at, actually?
So you're about a day's travel outside of the River King's domain.
Okay.
So these are in front of you are three ships representing each notch of the River King's domain.
Yeah.
There's an elven ship, a halfling ship, a human ship.
And the boat
Days.
just swam off, right?
And the whale has swam towards the shore there,
So then, yeah.
in the direction of the ship. Yeah.
So then we're done.
So he's in familiar waters, and he's on his way home now.
I'll probably pull out the orb and let Melron know that the whale will be there shortly and that we'll be there in about a day.
He responds very quickly and says, "I'm very familiar. I'll see you sooner than a day. I'll see you on the ship when you get here."
Wait,
He's on the
what?
ship?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Oh, well, I didn't hear that, but yeah.
Okay. I mean, we're not in the water, are we?
No, you're on the turtle still. And
oh.
yeah, so you're on the turtle. The human ship has sent a dinghy out towards the turtle.
Oh, okay.
You feel like they sent it out to ferry you to the ships themselves.
Oh,
Because the dragon turtle can't.
Yeah, it would probably crush the ships.
Yeah, it can't really go into River Kings.
oh. I just jump in the water.
Okay, so you start swimming towards the
I
ship.
sure as hell don't. I wait for the boat.
I jump in the water and turn into a hunter shark.
A hunter shark. Okay. So you turn into a hunter shark.
Yep.
You do, and you go in behind the killer whale.
Uh-huh.
He looks back and just starts to book it. He like leaps out of the water towards the ships. He's terrified. For the first time in months, he's terrified again. What's going on?
I was trying to scare Melron, not the whale.
Good job.
This whale's gone through some traumatic stuff, man.
Whoops.
Alrighty. The rest of you, after a few minutes, the dinghy arrives at the dragon turtle, and Torkin meets you near the fin of the ship, or fin of the ship, the fin of the dragon turtle. It's been a pleasure for you to be on old Torben here. If you ever need anything else, just let us know. You folks seem like you can contact us even if we don't know you are. So
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
and if you ever run into any of my just tell them that Torkin said give you a good deal. And surely they'll find something for you.
Back to normal. I go on the little dinghy with civilized people that can talk normal. Yes.
Oh, by the way, little one,
Yeah.
did you want this? He holds up the helmet.
Oh, yeah. I gotta put it back over.
I just finished it. It took
Give
so
me an
long.
acrobatics check.
You make it back up to him, and it's a skull, the Sahuagin skull, kind of reinforced with metal on the inside, not the outside, and padded with a very kind of intricately woven, kind of like cloth padded armor texture for the inside of the helmet itself. And I believe we talked about affixing colors to it as well.
Yes.
There are brown, so it's not bone, but they are brown wooden carved antlers
Awesome.
affixed to the skull. as well. Not a very large, like, rack of antlers.
That's right. I don't want it to
But he-
break if I hit things. Some. Don't
He
need to be
points
too
to it.
big.
He says, I didn't put too much on here because I was afraid it might break. But he shuffles through his bag without checking his book. Says, if you're ever in any kind of ceremonial thing and you're still wearing this, here you can fix these, and he hands you some like extensions for the antlers
Okay.
to like make it a very large rack of antlers on
Awesome.
his
Okay.
head if you'd like to.
I was going to ask if they're going to be like Christmas tree ornaments.
Yeah, I know.
We're not putting lights on my antlers. I fake them and then I test out real quick on the nearby tree.
He says, now don't use that here.
I don't
And-
lift the gem up. I just smack my head against the tree with the helm on. That's all I do.
You don't light the gem up?
No.
You smack the tree. It kind of dings for a second. Your head shakes.
And
A little bit of a
perfect.
headache. It's perfect.
And I'll
Yeah.
walk like sideways away, like almost falling over, and then I'll walk them back to the boat.
Right. Arathorn, or actually Boppo.
Yeah.
The helmet. It seemed like you were smacking metal against that tree whenever you hit with the wood. You don't know what kind of wood this is, but it's some strong stuff.
Awesome. All right.
Arathorn, you recognize immediately that
That is what? You broke up there.
it's an iron bark,
Okay.
and so for both of you, that means functionally it tensile strength as iron.
Sweet.
Sweet.
All right, so Arathorn, Boppo, and Tiberius load into the dinghy and make their way towards the human ship of the River King's domain. The ship runs up. You see this kind of scared kid. Never approached a dragon turtle before in his life, and you see this older gentleman that's kind of taken the helm of this small little dinghy boat. It's when I say dinghy, it's not like a two-person row ship. It's like a lifeboat size ship.
Okay.
Okay. I was kind of picturing something like a whale boat.
Yeah, it's small. It's not a mast ship, but it's got space for like 3 or 4 different sets of oar on the side. So you can all fit comfortably like on your own bench if you'd like to. But he says, "What, boy, you never seen a monster like this?" as he approaches it. And sure, shut up. Yeah, I have. And you can see in this man's eyes that he's never seen anything like this either, and he's equally terrified.
Listen, fellas, Gamera is friend to all.
So they approach, you load up onto the ship, and eventually you make it to the galleon as you see the turtle with its skiffs up, not trawling the waters on these shores. They know it's not their place to do that here. Turns and sets off into the open ocean. Suna, you're a hunter shark, and you are swimming between these ships at this moment.
Yeah.
Anything in particular you'd like to do?
Not be a hunter shark.
Okay. So you drop your form
Yeah.
as like you swim close to them, and you see like in the halfling ship, you see someone yell, but you're underwater and you can't really hear them. And you see a couple of halflings rush over to the side with these harpoon guns. And as soon as you drop form, they just kind of all.
I just
And-
wave at them. Hi. Keep swimming in the water.
So you swim and you swim, past the elven ship. They don't seem to pay you any mind. Who's swimming in the water out here? They don't care. And you get to the human ship, and you see on the edge an elderly gentleman who doesn't look, because it looks like I don't have his picture here. Yeah, you see an elderly gentleman dressed in robes with a white beard, standing at the edge, just kind of waiting. He looks down. Oh, it's nice to see you again. Why is it every time I see you for the first time you're in the water and I'm on?
Probably because you keep sending us off on dangerous missions.
Well, this was one for the books, if I do recall. But yes, come aboard. We need to talk about some things. And thank you again. So you make it, the boat carrying Arathorn, Tiberius, and Boppo make it to the ship at the same time. You get down with your converse, Milron, and you all start to climb up onto the deck of the ship. And it's a nice ship. It's very well kept. It's not elaborate or like kind of decorated or ornate in any way, but you can tell, Arathorn first, you can tell that the wood of this ship is not naturally seasoned. It is definitely magically seasoned and magically hardened. And there are certain things on the ship that would typically require crew that does not seem to have any crew manning it.
Are we sure Boppo is going to be all right with coming aboard?
He's
Boppo?
been on this ship before.
He has not been on the ship before. This is not Melron's barge. This is a galleon.
Oh.
I'm probably
Boppo.
more focused on the helm to pay attention right now. Until I do pay attention, we'll deal with that.
Okay. So yeah, as you all pass by one of the masts, you see a pulley kind of acting on its own and kind of setting and lowering the sail. And you see Melron, and you see Amiris there as well, dressed more in travel clothes as opposed to the typical wear that Miris would wear. You see her. As soon as Melron steps away with you all, you hear her shout, "Are we setting sail?" Yes. Back home, please. And you see her step up to the wheel of the ship. And for Tiberius, who is unfamiliar with what Miris is, or who Miris is, Miris, the group has learned, every mage's guild or mage's tower, any magical institution anywhere in this region has someone appointed to them named Miris. Last time they met with Melron, they learned that Miris was... did I cut out? That Miris was a simulacra. And that any Miris that you've met up to this point has not been the real Miris. There's someone in the world named Miris, and she has made simulacra and copies of herself to take positions at different magical institutions around the world. So,
okay,
that's who she is. And they're not connected in any way. They're all individual. There's no hive mind or anything. There's no Miris hive mind or anything.
Oh,
They're
this
just
should
all.
be a Mira's hive mind. That should be the BBEG for the end game.
Mirrors is the big bad evil guy.
I have
You'll never
ideas.
expect. You'll never expect. Mirrors has already infiltrated every aspect of the world.
Everything will be Miras one day.
They're all actually mind flayers. But no.
You do that,
There's
Chase,
just
I am making a custom holy shotgun. I'm just giving you fair warning.
Oh gosh. So yeah, that's who Miras is. As you all step into the what's it called? You step into the captain's quarters of the ship. And the door closes behind you, and he sits on one side of the table, and there is a giant feast laid out on this table here. He says, "Please sit, eat.
And
We
I
have
dive
much
right
to
in.
discuss."
Say, is there any whale in this feast?
Stop it.
That in the background. No whale. That would be quite a sick joke if we did add that.
Still curious how they taste.
Sorry, Boppo.
Mm.
Unfortunately, we don't eat whale around here, so that's not something you can learn in our area. But aside from the jests, first off, thank you. The city owes you a great debt, especially my notch, seeing as this whale belonged to us. This was our section of the triumvirate here that has gone missing, and you can imagine how difficult it's been bureaucratically in our city for us to get anything done without our symbol of authority present.
Let me ask you something, Chase. Is this meat, is the meat in this feast magically conjured, or is it actual meat?
Oh, it's magically conjured, for sure.
And would I be able to tell the difference by tasting it?
No. It's still delicious. It still tastes pretty standard. It's not your typical gamey meat. It's beef, it's chicken. It's not something that you would recognize as like something you hunted.
Right. Well, the reason I
Typically.
ask is I feel like my character would not appreciate magically conjured meat because there's no work that went into it in his mind.
I see.
And I'll eat his portions as Boppo.
Okay.
Could you imagine if Boppo found out it was magic meat?
Holy crap, that's my new porn star name, Magic Meat.
Magic meat. So yeah, Arathorn, you respectfully abstain from eating. Boppo, you're just like, why are you not eating? And just take his food from him without asking. And Melron sits behind the table, just kind of arms crossed, and says, first off, as a debt of my gratitude, I'd like to... And he clinks a bag onto the table. It's small. And by small, I mean it's like it can fit in two hands comfortably, one uncomfortably. And he says, This is to thank you, if anything else. Also, feel free to ask for any favors that you have. We are more than happy to help as well. There should be 500 platinum in that bag for you to take.
Woo! Got it!
I definitely don't feel bad about the 150 gold now.
And once you get settled, I'd like to talk a bit more about what you've actually done. I fear it was quite more substantial than what we originally thought was going on.
And at that point, I just say, have you ever heard of chaff?
You mentioned him, and that's when I started doing research. In one of our first messages, a few months back, you mentioned the name Chath. And I have delved into the history books and just been researching ever since, and this is what I know. Chath is a Merid. Anyone here familiar with what a Merid is?
I think Suna would be
Uh,
being a Ganassi.
yes, you would.
Water.
So, Water Ganassi, yes. Uh, and Suna, your eyes perk up at the mention of a Merid. And he recognizes. So, do you know what a Merid is?
I'm very familiar. Yes.
For the rest of you, a Merid is a djinn. It's a water djinn.
So, like Suna?
Not quite. Suna is a representation of the djinn in our humanoid form. Is a product of the water plane, no doubt, but this is a being that existed fully within the water plane and should not exist without it. This is a terribly evil and magical creature that I'm afraid has spilled into our plane. There's nothing we can really do about him right now, considering his location, and I'm sure you can attest to that, seeing as you've just escaped narrowly, from what I recall you saying.
I mean, if we had, more forces with us, probably actually could do something about it, but
Do you think you could lead do you think you could lead forces in the way that you went? You recall back to the tunnels?
Yeah, there's no way through the tunnels. We'd have to go down through the whirlpool.
Yes. We'll have to think of how to do that, and I don't think that's something we can accomplish anytime soon. I'm pretty sure. So, you've told him a lot of your journeys already, and he's pretty familiar with kind of what you guys went through because of like your communication with him, like after those first couple days. And then over the course of this dinner, you all explained to him like what was going on, the tunnels you had to go through, and just kind of lay out what you actually had to do. And he just kind of shakes his head. He says, "There's no way. There's no way we can do this now." Fortunately for us, though, you have halted his plan. And with the return of our sacred whale, he will no longer be able to awaken Cthulhu. Cthulhu, I mean. My apologies. I fear there's more that you haven't. I'm not aware if you've seen or not, but Cthulhu is an ancient being, a deity of their shark kind that has been dormant for thousands and thousands of years. This was an attempt to
the eye won't fix.
I believe an arrow to the eye of this creature would be but a thorn to your thumb. He's massive. He's a massive, taking the form of a shark.
Wait, we saw something like that.
You saw something like that? There's no way. It hasn't been on this plane for thousands and thousands of years. Describe to me, what did you see?
And I'll describe to him the shark-like creature that we saw underneath the pool. When I saw, and I saw the symbols on him in Primordial, I believe.
But you weren't able to read it, right?
No. I think I saw the symbols, but I can't remember. No, I don't think I could read it.
You see him kind of tense up a bit, and he says, one moment. I have to notify someone of something. And he reaches for a small orb similar to the one that he gave you. He mutters a small incantation and speaks. Can you come here to speak? I fear things are further along than we thought.
I'm assuming he's talking to me.
No, he's talking into the orb.
Oh, okay.
And a few moments later, you hear a flash in the corner of the room.
I
And
look.
Boppo, look over here, buddy. Over here, in the opposite direction.
Huh? What? What do you see?
Boppo's distracted by food. He's fine.
and you see, so yeah, you hear this kind of flash. No light or anything, and then you just hear two pairs of boots kind of land. And with that, you look to the side and you see Miris. And, well, no, you don't see Miris. Sorry, that's my mistake. You see two individuals, both wearing these white, white, not porcelain, different from porcelain, it's a mask. These white masks that take different forms of animals. One of them, you can tell, is a male individual, kind of ruggedly dressed, with an orange sash tied around his waist, and a rapier on his side. The other is a female individual, dressed in red robes, that kind of drape down to her, to the links of her arms, with her hair put up in the back with two wands holding it up. It's this bright red hair. The first one, the male, the visage of the mask is a fox-like visage. And the female figure next to him has a visage of an owl on her mask.
Oh, the ones that were following us.
Nelron looks to them and says, "Is Robin around? Is she in the area?" You hear the man speak and say, "No, she's gone north. She won't be joining us now."
She was the one who was following Bubbles, right?
Mm-hmm. She was. She says, "Come sit. These are the adventurers that rescued the whale. I'm sure you'd like to meet." And they move over and sit at the table with you. Nelron looks at them and says, "With the arrival of Chaff, it appears he brought someone with him. Though dormant, it appears that he brought Cathed with him to this plane."
Can you explain to me what Cathed is? Or what I know?
Melron explained to you that Cathed was the name of that shark deity, the giant shark that you saw.
But it's a deity?
A deity.
Interesting.
See, and that's all he really knows. It was a deity created by Lom. Much like the lesser deities of the different humanoid races, it appears that this was the the lesser deity created to govern the Sahuagin. So much like Ikera created all of the humanoid races that walk the surface of Velm, Gethed was the origin, the first Sahuagin mind in the world. He looks to them. They say that he says that, and the male starts to speak. He says, "What are your names? Tell me that."
Wait, who are you?
Just kind of stares blankly with the masked face. He looks to the person beside him and just kind of nods. And he removes his mask and sets it on the table. I'm afraid I can't tell you my actual, but this is who I am. And you see now his face. He's probably about 23, 24. Pretty young overall. He's got this blonde kind of streaking hair. He's kind of messy and shaggy. He's got like a swashbuckler style tunic on. He doesn't look like he's high class or anything like that. But his most defining feature are along his hairline these golden scales.
Interesting. And Melron, I'm assuming trust them?
100%. He looks to him. He says, I haven't seen you remove your mask in the presence of anyone in quite some time. Are you sure that's okay? Of course. If you trust them, I trust them as well." And Melron just kind of looks at him with this like almost like grandfatherly like aura about him. It's like they have a history together.
Okay, good. So we all trust each other. I'm Suna.
I'm Tiberius.
My name is Arathorn. Boppo, be nice and introduce yourself.
I'm Chuck. Boppo. Damn it.
He gives a small chuckle. I'm sure people call me Fletch. And the person next to him does not. Oh, I know, gasp. Huh?
Wait, is there a very hungry monk with them? Because I don't
No.
think this is enough food.
There is not. The person next to him does not remove her mask. She just kind of sits silently. So, this is what I know. I'm sorry that we sent you into this without fully knowing the details, but with the information that you've got for us, we have been able to piece it together now, and we thank you for that. Chaff, as you know, as Melron has probably already told you, is a Merid that came here from the water plane. And he has a goal in mind. The first step to his goal was to awaken Cathad. And through Cathad, he wanted to go further and move past that and awaken Laum herself. She's currently imprisoned, as everyone knows from history, but
Suna gets very visibly upset by that.
we are afraid that if that goes through, it could mean something very terrible for this world. Chath's goal overall is to flood this world much like the elemental plane of water is flooded. And he sees an opportunity to do that through Laum. But I'm afraid that's not the only problem we have. Luckily, that's the one that has been quelled the most at this point through your efforts. But that's not the only problem we have.
Man, is he going to be angry with us?
Yes. Luckily, Chath cannot move freely through this world, much like he can on his own plane. You see his bloated visage here is much too immobile to really move from his domain. We've been able to scry on him and figure this out. But I'm afraid there's others seeing this opportunity to cause havoc in the world. There's been an incident back home at Everin with us as well that we are currently dealing with in the force below the high sector. We feel that there are evil forces all around the world with different goals in mind, all working towards something very similar, whether it be awakening Laum or organizing and reigniting Yorgat, or just many different evil intentions, whether they be through water, through shadow, through nature itself. So really, we're kind of at a loss past Chath, and now we'd like to open a conversation with you. Have you heard anything else in the world that's going on? Anything that's unbalanced?
I'll perk on that one and just be like, I know there's something going on in Everin. I don't know what.
And do you have any symbols of Stalt visible on your body?
On my gauntlet.
Okay. And would Fletch here be able to visibly see that? Do you have it on the table, or is it?
Yeah, he'd be able to see it.
He nods his head. Says, a follower of Stalt, I see. Shaw would surely like to talk to you. And he just kind of smiles and says, yes, we are aware of what's going on in Everend. And we, if the time comes, we wish to be able to call on your aid if you wish to give it. But for now, we have that under control.
When you call for me, I will come.
Yes, and surely it will be one of us, whether it be he looks to the person next to him and remembers she never demasked and doesn't say her name.
There's a deer
A deer.
that shouldn't be on this plane. It's in, if I remember correctly, Copper Crown.
Copper Crown, a deer.
Yeah,
That's a desert area. Why would a deer be there?
or not Copper Crown. I think it's, where's the deer at, Chase? I can't remember off the top of my head.
It's north of the Northern Notch. It's actually really close.
Yeah.
Instead here.
All right, so it's north of the Northern Notch.
Oh, that makes much more sense in the forest.
Yeah, and it's
Uh,
we believe it's from the Feywild.
that is troubling. Uh, all of these different beings converging on our plane
Hey
seems to
guys, you
spell
want to go
destruction.
hunting?
Seems like it's bound to dispel certain destruction. We don't.
I've received permission to hunt it.
That's wonderful. Is that from your from the way you're talking? It seems like that's your goal next.
Oh, given that's where we're going to be near to it, probably something we should take care of.
Very well. Our research doesn't say specifically whether these individuals are working together or apart. We all know that they're working for different reasons, but or we all know that they're working for their own but if their goals are combined or separate, we have not learned yet. I will say, in your pursuit of the deer that you're about to go, the stag. I don't think it's the actual stag that you need to worry about.
It's
I think
whatever
there's some.
brought the stag here, huh?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking, and whether that be a being of a different plane or someone here working for their own individual intention of destruction or power, that is unknown, and we'll have to trust your judgment on that.
Well, whatever it is, we'll do our best to kill it.
Very well. As for the Chath situation, eventually we may ask you to go back. There's not much we can do, and you're very familiar with the terrain.
Damn it. Well, if it comes down to it, I guess we'll have to go back. We'll see if an arrow in the eye will just piss it off, or if we can actually hurt it.
I don't intend to send you there now. But my organization's working every day to make these things, to fix things in the world that we don't seem fit, as well as hopefully regain some semblance of peace in this area. We don't really have as much control as we'd like, and most of our work is done inconspicuously. I'm assuming you've never heard of us, or in fact, we haven't even told you who we. And he just kind of pauses for a second. Very well. That's probably enough for today. Melron, thank you for having us here. So of course, son. When do you think you'll have Everend under control? Is that something that's going well? He just kind of shakes his head. We're not sure. It's seems there's more to it than I originally thought. And now with these elemental dangers popping up everywhere, seems like there's even more than I originally intended to deal with. And he just kind of nods. He says, "We'll We'll be in touch when we have more information. For now, the rest of you, please share with us what you learned about this stag to the north. We will forever be grateful there.
We'll do our best to relay the information back to you.
Thank you. And you see him pick up the mask off the table and place it on his face. And you see now, as he turns around, along his back are actually 6 daggers that are all sheathed along his spine, like point, and the hilts pointing outwards. And it is very. The shape of them is very curious. They look like feathers. The shapes of the blades look like feathers. As he steps away. Interesting.
And we noticed the golden scales as well.
Yes. So you did see the golden scales. That doesn't mean much in this area. You're not in the east right now, so you wouldn't know that history too well. But that is.
We did have that. What was his name? Grayscale.
Yeah. There was a dragonborn.
Yeah, and were the scales similar?
Oh no, Grayscale was an actual dragonborn. This was different. They were draconic in nature, but this is definitely a human that just has a spattering of scales along the bridge of his hairline there.
Okay.
So no, but he was not a full dragonborn.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. As they step away, you see the female figure pull out like a small crystal from her pouch and crushes it in her hand with no resistance. It spreads into this dust, and it comes to
call out to Boppo.
What?
Hey, Boppo, come over here for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, she crushes in her hand. The glitter spreads out into dust, and it surrounds both of them. Is there something you'd like to do before this takes place?
Distracting Boppo.
Okay.
Just talking to him. How's the food? Blah blah blah.
It's so great. I can eat this all the time. I'm gonna take
They
some
blink
and
out.
put it in my pack.
They blink out. They're gone.
So then I'll just look at Melron. Helen. So looks like we have another destination in mind. Do you mind taking us to into River King's domain before we head out? We have some shopping to do.
Absolutely. That is not a problem. And thank you for speaking with them. I know it's awkward to be in your situation. They are truly good people. They're definitely trying to. You've met one already, Robin, in my tower, and those are 2 more of their group. You've yet to meet the others. Anyway.
And what group is that?
I don't know if they would appreciate me saying the name. But just know that they work for good. You'll recognize them. They all wear that same style mask.
They've been following us around for a while now.
Yes, Robin did keep surveillance on you while you were in our area. She seems to stay around here. I believe she mentioned to me that she first noticed you all in Paindra whenever you took on the The painted figures that you mentioned to me. She was passing through. She played a show and noticed that you all took action. That's when you caught the interest of her.
Not a big fan of being watched, Malron.
I understand that. No, they're no longer watching you. I can tell you that much. You've confirmed for them what they wanted to find out, that you're people that can help. And with that show of trust from Fletcher, he trusts you enough to show his face. And that's big. I can probably guess there'll be no more surveillance on from their group at least.
Good. Not a
Any
big
contact
fan.
made will be direct now. She will take care of that. With that, when you get back to town, is there anything in particular you wish to purchase? I can send word ahead and have it gathered. We have about a day before we make it back to River Kings.
I don't know about everybody else, but I just want to do like general shopping, probably more in your area, maybe some magical wares,
Yes, definitely.
something like that.
We can take a look at what the acolytes have made at the tower recently. I know many of them have been slaving away on projects. Different wondrous goods and pieces of equipment could be useful for you. But once again, thank you for helping us deal with this. It is no small task to take part in this kind of action, and it's not gone unnoticed.
Well, the only thing that I'll say is, as much as your thanks is appreciated, I just hope that, when we're ready to, really confront this problem with Chaff and the Sahuagin head on, that we'll have your support.
100%. We will do everything we can.
Ask for more than that. 500 platinum is nice, though.
Yes, that's from the coffers of the tower itself.
It's a bit of
That's
gold.
my gift to you. The other leaders of the city will be less kind, of course. They made a showing today for ceremonial purposes, but they are obviously...
That's okay. You're cooler than them anyway.
Well, thank you.
What if we take their whales?
He kind of chuckles. That,
Boppo.
while it would be amusing, is a bad idea. My section of the city has known the struggle of what it would be like, and though I would be kinder, the power vacuum that's created is very uncomfortable for everyone. The city, our temple to Mena, prefers that balance. But yes,
So no starting a revolution in the city.
Well, no. I
I
just wanted to try. What does it taste like? I'm curious still.
Milanon says, if you'd like to try whale, you'll have to go north. There's a bay where there are these kind that just kind of do what they want. That's where you'll find some. Not around here.
Okay.
And Suna and Aratharn, you recognize he's like the pirate, the pirate Gulf that we did the one shot in before. That's kind of what he's referring to. All right. Well, you all get some rest. I'm going to retire to the captain here. Miris will be seeing to your needs from now on. Oh yes, the blacksmiths have granted us a couple Miris to employ. The one at my tower, and the one here that leads our fleet, and then one that is in charge of the magical endeavors back at the tower as well, whenever I can't take that charge. Let's just say we have a pretty direct line.
Do you know
to...
there's a Miris in Paindra too? Oh
yes, definitely. There's one at every magical institution that I know of. Miris likes to, she's a very helpful person. The original one, herself, at least.
Wait,
and
do you know the original?
He just kind of pauses for a second. Yes, I have met her.
Where is she?
I don't think I can say.
Melron, come on now. That's twice you've done that to us.
I am not the best with conversation. I let things slip that I know. I am a terrible diplomat.
I mean,
let's just
say. We're not going to say anything to anybody.
You may have met her too.
His was the original.
At that point, the captain of the ship, Amiris, walks in, dressed in captain's clothes, her red curly hair spilling out the bottom of her hat. Says, full sails back to town, Mildron. And, oh yeah, I'm Mildron. He says, yes, of course, let's head back. I will not be with us long, but I'll see you once you get back to town. For sure. Thank you again, Maris. Absolutely. And you see, as she turns away, she has 2 wands strapped to the back of her belt.
Okay, let's go fight some stuff.
Go fight some stuff. Alrighty. So she steps away. Melron stands. I understand that your compatriot here has this aversion to magic. Should I step out before I teleport?
That'd be best.
Very well.
I don't know how long we can distract him.
He'll step into the next room when you hear a whoosh. And he's gone.
I'm stuffed. This is so good.
I'm just picturing Boppo with the big, distended, overeating, Thanksgiving dinner tummy, both dirty feet up on the table.
Pretty much.
Leaning back in the chair.
Yeah.
Taking his piece with a chicken bone.
Pretty much.
So, with that, what would you all like to do?
I have a thing I would like to do.
Okay.
So, I want to go up to Suna. And I'm going to ask her. So, I've seen you looking at a mirror that you have on your purpose, or on your person, and you seem kind of confused when you look at it. Do you not know if it does anything? Or
I don't. I I know very little about it. You're right. It does intrigue me. I can't seem to figure it out, and I'll pull out the mirror.
I say, if you would like, if you want to give me a while, I could look at it for you and let you know if it's magical. And if it is magical, I can find out what it does.
Sure. I'll hand it over.
All right, then I'll ritual cast detect magic.
So you sit there, and about 10 minutes passed, and you cast detect magic, and it's definitely magical.
All right, and then I'll take out my 1 pearl worth 100 gold, and I'll go, all right, got one shot at this. Then I'll cast Identify as a ritual cast.
Okay. Alrighty, 1 second. I have some other additional information to give you from your first spell.
I'd kind of forgotten about that mirror.
With your detect magic, you can tell that the mirror gives off in a magical aura of illusion in nature. So that's the school of magic is illusion connected to this mirror. And with Identify, let's see, do you have to make any additional checks? So you can tell. Yeah, no checks required. Okay. You can tell that this mirror has the capability to cast the spell Mirror Image. You don't know the exact nature of the item itself, but you can tell that that capability is locked deep within it. Requires an awakening of some sort to do that. What is your alignment?
I am neutral good.
Neutral good, okay. The presence that this mirror gives you is unsettling. You can see the symbology on it, and being a religious person and someone that just left Kraken's Reach, you can determine that this symbology is related to Lalm in some way. You feel that there'd have to be some kind of distortion in your alignment to make this work. Just seeing who the patron of the item is and your knowledge about magic as well. Particularly magic granted by celestial beings.
Okay, yeah, I'll just hand her back the mirror and let her know all that. Just tell her, like, it's a very unsettling feeling of with this mirror. And then, be careful.
You also get the sense that that's not its only purpose. But its other purpose is not something that can be told by means of Identify. It's not so much a magical purpose as opposed to a religious one.
Yeah, I'll let her know that too.
Okay.
I'll just look at her and go, this is a thank you for your understanding and calming down Boppo.
Oh. That wasn't necessary. But,
Well, you did
I
what to me?
appreciate it.
calming.
Boppo, come over here, buddy. Let them have their talk.
Uh, okay.
We'll try and shoot the seagulls out of the sky.
How come something seems really strange here?
As one of the sails lowers and one of the pulleys acts on its own.
Oh no.
I see that there is no persons around, and so I'll immediately pull my weapon.
Damn it.
We're under attack! Everyone's gone! And I start pretty much getting ready to battle the enemies that are gonna pop out of nowhere.
Boppo. This is a magic ship.
Where are
It
they?
doesn't
They're-
have a crew.
Wait, what?
It doesn't have a crew, buddy.
Um, uh, mm, uh, uh, what? Well, okay, I didn't expect that.
All right.
I'm
You realize-
debating to jump in the water, but see, I have a real natural damn 20. I'm just gonna say I would prefer not to go swimming right now.
Okay. Yeah. You think it over and you're like, oh, this is one of Milron's ships. That kind of makes sense.
I don't like this at all.
And you just hear a chuckle from the wheel behind you.
I hate
It's Mirrors.
magic. I don't like magic. I hate magic. I hate this stupid.
I've been told.
If anything else is magic, and I just go to the front of the ship.
You go to the front of the ship?
Yeah.
Okay. As you walk forward, one of the masts swings. Make a dexterity saving throw. As it swings a little low. He bonks you on the head as it goes by. As it was changing the direction of the sail to catch the wind. The ship was. On its own.
I swing at the mast, or the one that just hit me.
With the magical axe?
Yes.
Damn. Alright. It dents in. And you hear Miras, whoa, stop that. There is no need. This ship is getting us home.
Your
If
ship
you-
attacked
you-
me. I hate magic.
No, that was me turning the ship. I just wanted to catch the wind. And the sail moved on its own, like I intended it to. There was nothing wrong. If you could remove your axe, please.
I'll pull it from the beam of wood.
You see her lock the wheel to keep going straight and walks up to the mast and just kind of pats where the axe went in and magically mends it.
I hate magic. And I continue to the front of the ship.
Okay. When you get to the front of the ship, you see that the front of the ship itself doesn't actually make contact with water. There's this invisible barrier that cuts through the water.
Oh Lord.
This day can't get any worse. This can't get any worse. I hate magic. I just close my eyes and I just sit there.
Okay. Seems like every precaution was made on this very refined and enchanted ship, which is probably worth several million gold.
At least the food was good.
I
I can
say
trust
so,
food.
yeah,
Food's
that's
okay.
okay.
I can trust that.
Yeah, food's not magical. What were you saying, Earthworm?
I say we kill Mirrors and take the ship.
Live like
All right.
kings.
We'll have a lot of gold.
You want to test Amiris, alright.
I'm joking.
Also, no way Suna's gonna allow that.
Real quick, is it just me or is Jenny and Maddie's mic
Not sound too right.
Yeah, they're like they sound like they're in a can.
Yeah, it's been like that for like the last hour, I think.
Well, I'm on my cell phone mic because I forgot.
Oh, I see.
And I just, the last hour, switched over to my cell phone because my other headset was giving me a headache.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
I see. Alrighty. So, is there anything on the ship anyone likes to do, or otherwise we can move to a day ahead and arrive in River King's domain?
I'm good.
Alrighty. So you arrive at River King's domain. You pass by the two giant humanoid statues, very similar to Lord of the Rings, that are kind of standing watch over over the gate here. Tiberius, you recognize who these individuals are without any question at all. One of them is a statue of Stalt, and the other is a statue of Mena.
I'll just kind of give like my like kind of like a bow or something like that as like paying respects to Stalt.
All right. See, you pass by the statue of Stalt, a hulking male deity, full plated armor with a giant greatsword. In one that he's kind of holding out with one hand near the hilt as a representation that it is perfectly balanced. And Mena on the other side, which you recognize as the goddess of magic, is also holding a scale to represent balance. Seems a very prominent feature of this city, of these two deities, are order, balance, and control. But you pass by them. They're ancient statues. They don't do anything. They don't come to life or anything.
I would hope not.
They might. You know, you never know. Defense of the city might need some giant statues. You never know. Didn't really help against the Sahuagin, but something bigger. And you make your way into the city. You see several boats just out in the water. Just kind of people waiting for these three ships to make it into port. It's kind of like an event. You know, like there's just like with the Council of Barges, there were all those individual ships that were just kind of around and just kind of watching and showing. It's like when like a celebrity or something comes to town and there's people watching. It's that similar kind of thing. People are excited for the return of these three ships. They know what that means. They know that there is a return of balance to the city in the political environment. And they just are kind of watching in awe. You see them kind of holding their kids and pointing. Is anyone on the deck of the ship?
We really need a name for our group.
I'll be on the deck of the ship.
Okay.
I'll be on the
You
deck
see
also.
all this, Marathon.
Yeah, I'll be
And
on the
Boppo,
deck too, just all excited for all the Stalt and all that stuff.
okay. So I'm assuming Suna, you as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then you all see this. You all see, especially looking at your ship, knowing that Melron was where people are trying to catch a glimpse of the ones who rescued the whale. And this mysterious group of people that came out of nowhere and helped. believe it was Boppo's Band of Badasses or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Really need a name.
And you make it to dock, and there are people just kind of crowded around the dock as well. Miris is met by Miris, the first one that you met, the receptionist there at the tower, and she says, "I thank you. I will take them. I'll take them." And they just share this awkward exchange. It's really awkward for them to interact with each other. It feels like. Just, farewell. I'll be on my way. And you're passed from one Miris to another as you start to make your way through the city. Thank you, all of you. I'll take you. I'll take you to the tower now. Set up your quarters there. I promise this time, Boppo, there will be no magic in your quarters. I have made sure that has been removed. Even your door.
Okay.
It is now late evening. You took most of the day to travel back from the ocean where you left the turtle to now the town now. It's starting to get dark. The street lamps are being lit. Well, actually, in this region, they're not being lit themselves. But with fire. It's not like a glowing magical. They all seem to come on with fire. And yeah, you make your way through the town. People are just kind of staring and pointing and talking amongst themselves. And all just kind of like amused and in awe that they're seeing people that actually rescued this whale. Guys have kind of become local celebrities here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your adoration.
So after about 4 or 5 miles or so, or not so much, actually less than that. After a long walk through the city, you make it to Melron's tower. The doors open up, opened by these 2 suits of armor. Miris reassures Boppo that there's people inside those armor, and makes her way into the tower. And shows you all to your temporary quarters. With that, I'd say that's where we should probably stop today. Get some more stuff prepared for next time.
It seemed like you were running out of material about like 20 minutes ago.
Really? So yeah, that's where we'll stop.
All right.
Man, really want to,
Sweet.
yeah, get into stuff.
So,
So, just so I understand, the stag that we're looking for is north of River King's domain?
Yes, here, I'll share the map.
Okay.
Let's see here. Do you guys still have the world map up?
I do.
I do.
Okay. I'll reshare it just in case someone's closed it.
I'll just look over her shoulder.
So with that, this is River King's domain right here. And this is the forest here that you were told the stag was in. This is a gnomish settlement that specializes in harvesting honey.
I don't know what that was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a gnomish settlement that specializes in harvesting honey. This is an orcish settlement that you've met someone from before. Yeah. But yeah, so this is the area that you all need to go, or were requested to go next.
So,
I need to fix that.
also, I found a table that I can roll on
Okay.
to create a group name. If you all are okay with that.
It's up to everybody.
I kind of like Stormborn personally, but
You said Stormborn?
yeah, but I don't think anybody else knows that.
Oh, I don't have a D30. How do I roll a D30? I just roll a D20 and a D10?
No, because you can't get a below number with that. Can't get a 1.
Oh, it's true.
You do type this.
21.
Alright, 21 is the Honorable.
Nope. You're gonna run right there.
Yeah, no already.
Of the.
You have to roll a couple times.
No?
Sounds like we gotta re-roll the
Oh, I
first
rolled
one if it's.
12 already. Yeah, but. The
Sounds like you gotta re-roll the honorable part.
Yeah, I think that fits us.
Oh, wait, I lied. That was not correct. It's the Council. The
Council.
Council of the
Still doesn't work.
Sweeping. The Council of the Sweeping.
The sweeping.
Cancel the sweeping? What?
Sweeping.
Sweeping
Like a broom.
The council of the sweeping.
I don't know if I approve that name.
I'm not a big fan of it.
I'm not either.
Yeah, that's a no.
It's vetoed out.
We have got to come up with a name.
Box Machina.
Bops.
Stop it.
Bops Machina.
Box
How
Machina.
about the Night Box?
28? What's 28?
I'm gonna see right now. 28 is. Let's see. 28 is. Crushing and crushing.
Crushing and crushing.
Crushing Deuce.
Crushing and.
I'm gonna make a list of everything I need to get done before next week. For the game.
Oh, I need to roll another D30.
I like this one.
Crushing and rising. Dashing skulls.
Ooh, I found one on Moon Mantle. Hi, Maya.
The Fellowship of Everin.
The what?
Oh, it's what Tiberius put in.
Yeah.
Wild shoots.
No.
Which one?
The one you just put in.
Oh.
No.
There's a Punisher before.
You said of the. Shatterlanders?
Ooh, I like that too.
talking about landers. Shatter something would be cool. Shatter something. I'm gonna go smoke if we're actually done playing.
Yeah, I'll look good.
Okay.
Alright, well, let's drop the stream right here then.
Oh, you're still streaming?